So this is actually one that I never hit on last little while. We've been doing this, but it was on my radar at last 2022 in the summer. Ethereum's second layer solution Polygon has been selected to participate in exclusive
Entrepreneurial.
yeah program. Anyways, launched by the Walt Disney Company, the blockchain-based project is this year's only crypto company to be selected in the 2021 Disney Accelerator program. So
They make NFTs, dude.
well, there was more than that.
Polygon is one of the main softwares used to create NFTs.
Okay.
So
Well, it says Polygon will be joined by FlickPlay, a Web3 social app that connects users via NFTs and augmented reality in-world AI-driven interactive characters. Obsess, a platform to relaunch an e-commerce platform with immersive 3D virtual stores and other innovative companies. So they're just gearing up to try a bunch of different things. I just see it over just like throwing paint against the wall or pancakes, just see what will stick, And so yeah, we'll see. I think that's neat. I think that news is pretty cool. Any thoughts on?
they hired Vivi to the first NFT company to create their first NFTs. Went very well. They did that because they wanted to try it out. So they had Vivi as a company invest all their money and capital creating these NFTs, and branding, marketing as Disney, with their IP, right? So Vivi got their IP in exchange to literally go up front and make all their NFTs and everything and market it and everything, and it went well. The deal was they get I think it was 5% per sale of the item, and then in the secondary market they get 8 or 9%. So of the sale of every sale that happens in their market, as they were talking about the e-commerce, virtual world, a VR world market.
So Disney gets or Vivi gets?
No, Disney gets.
Is it 5 to 9%?
They get 9%. It's 9 or 8. I haven't been on the app for a while. It's around 8 or 9%.
Right.
We're talking about every secondary price. So they sell an NFT for $100. They make money off that, and then it goes on the secondary market because it's a low mint number. It goes for $20,000. They get still paid on that. That's all.
Secondary nowadays $2.
Yeah, well, it depends. It depends on the item, right? If it's a key item, anything, the first appearance of Mickey, that's gonna be worth money. But if you get a friggin', some character that no one really cares about, you know what I mean? No one's gonna pay any money for that. So Disney's already in the NFT world, in the crypto world. The thing about this is that they're very picky with their IP.
Yeah.
So they're not gonna go on OpenSeas. They're not gonna go on any other Ethereum chain where it can be owned by somebody.
Yeah.
They want full control, and they learned it through Vivi. They piloted it through Vivi, and they're like, well, how can we make residual money? Once we sell it and they sell it on OpenSeas, we don't own it anymore. We don't make money off of that. So they want to make that residual money. So what they do is they're creating their own world.
Yeah.
And they're gonna make their residual money there. Well, I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a place where you can sell your VR or your whatever character, and they're gonna get money off of it because they see the collector base on it because it's their IP.
They want to work with Polygon, but they also want to do it in-house in their own terms.
They want, exactly. They want to lock in. It's not going to be it's not going to be an open source. It's going to be locked in. It's in their own ecosystem, pretty much. They're going to control it. Right. So that's what they're doing right now. They're just pretty much developing their VR.
Trying a bunch of stuff.
Yeah,
we'll see what comes out.
No, but Polygon is literally the best. When I load my NFTs, it says Polygon. I don't know, whatever it says something Polygon. It's buffering and it's telling me that Polygon is loading the NFT. They're really big in the scene. So that's
Polygon's a layer 2 of Ethereum. In case no one knows that.
It's a layer 2, but it's also the engine that drives the digital asset as far as you can. Animation wise, which is pretty cool. Yeah, a lot of good stuff. Like I said, some of the news is super new and fresh. This is a little bit older, but I just want to touch on all this because we just hadn't gone over it. Still pretty noteworthy. We'll see in the next year to 3 what they all come up with. I wouldn't be surprised with a bunch of new stuff.
a lot of companies are going after like VR and
Yeah.
augmented reality, and
That's-
like people really mess up mentally when they're like, oh, it's just NFTs. It's not. Like there's so many other things that are going to be developed in the background. You may not see, it might get scrapped, or they're going to work on for 2 years because we're going to make sure this is really good before we release it. And there's going to be like some killer apps, and you think Disney's going to release garbage? Like, of course not. Like, it's going to be exceptional whenever they're like really happy with their flagship situation, and that'll probably be like bananas. So who knows what that'll look like? But they've announced that they're working on it. So
Yeah. So in the end of the day, what these companies are doing is they have an IP. How do you keep your IP from getting, copyright or like Chinese like knockoffs or whatever? Well, yeah. Well, you know what I mean? Like you create something that cannot be duplicated. Yeah. You have complete control over it. So pretty much all this is, as far as your DMV license, your real estate deed, your stock, all it is one little idea: authenticity, security and authenticity. But I think authenticity is first, and then security, because anybody can get hacked if you're dumb enough, or if you're just bad luck or whatever. Anyways,
I think security is just a huge part of authenticity. It's like it can't be replicated, right? That's kind of where I'm going.
Oh, okay.
It's both.
Yeah. Okay. So I was thinking about it in a different angle, but okay. Authenticity and security is the main issue for them, and that's how they get it. And China won't be able to duplicate this, reverse engineer it. I'm just curious to see what China's like Mickey Mouse is gonna look like when they have an NFT. Is it gonna be like a freaking weird looking thing, or is it gonna be close to it?
Lopsided.
Yeah. It won't be able. You won't be able to bring that knockoff Mickey into the Disney AR world. You know what I mean? Augmented reality world, because its code won't be compatible. So. But they'll have like probably a bootleg freaking AR, one of these bootleg ones that probably won't run as well. But anyways, and then once you get on it, you get hacked and everything's wrong. Anyways,
my brain in like 1 second made a whole scenario where somebody like is in a back alley and buys a bootleg Mickey, and then he takes it to Disneyland because they're like, oh, you can get in with a cheaper price, and they're like, this is no good, and it's like, oh, like sad, walk away. That's it. Like I saw that all just pop into my head. So yeah. Fun stuff. Yeah. And actually, I think this is really cool. Can
I say one more?
Yeah, absolutely.
So how do you think they're gonna like motivate people to get these tokenized or NFTs, like this whole thing? Like I feel the way they would do it would be, you'd be incentivized if you have this NFT. Like he just gave me an idea because he said he's gonna go to Disneyland with this Mickey NFT, and he's gonna try to get in with a discounted price. Yeah. What if you have this Mickey NFT and you're eligible for what's it called, that fast pass, or if you're eligible for like an exclusive Mickey like one-on-one session with them, you know what I mean? It's incentivizing the collector or the fan to actually go ahead and purchase these items, and just for the exclusivity of what you get, like the benefits you get that most people,
food
discounts, all that stuff, and it just becomes like that. I mean, obviously everything that Disney has right now is electronic, like their like season tickets and all that stuff's all electronic. You don't need papers anymore or anything like that, or tickets. So they know that it's coming. They know that it's coming, so they're getting ready.
Yeah. You're just seeing so much evidence of these companies ramping up. And I mean, I always tell people, and we've been saying that like since we started this podcast, like the price is not necessarily indicative of what's happening in the background. And like when some of this stuff hits mainstream, like you never know. It's like, it's just like, poof, or it's like, oh, all the tokens bought up. Where do you think that's going now? But I think what's going to happen, similarity with all of these, is you make something and it's like decent, and then you make something and it's like, oh, it needs to be better. So my whole thought, I think a commonality with all this stuff is, whether it's the DMV or tokenized assets, Polygon, or the next thing we're going to talk about, it's like, it's all going to be, okay, is this compelling enough to do anything with? Oh, how can we incentivize? How is this going to clean super nice for like a simple user, like, so the interface gets better and better. It gets more secure. Like people keep building products where it becomes inevitable, I think. So I don't know. like maybe version 1, 2, 3 isn't great, but 4 is awesome. So I just think that's where it goes eventually, right? Anyways, so kind of what I was talking about is just like, yeah, different versions. I think eventually at some point, these things just get so good and streamlined that they're inevitable, and it's like, well, people are going to use them. So whether that's, you know, super clean looking and runs really well, or really good incentives, like I just think it will not make sense to not use them. So what do you think about that?
Yeah, no, I completely agree. You get incentivized to buy things, and you get exclusive access. Why wouldn't you do it if you want that treatment?
And it's better than the website or whatever.
Of course, yeah,
Like,
yeah,
eventually, maybe
yeah.
not now, but eventually. So, yeah.
I definitely would be doing that because I already own NFTs and all that stuff. So I'd definitely be buying that kind of stuff, and you know, my kid would probably be enjoying all that stuff because that's what kids do. They want cool stuff. So